Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the University of Kentucky is already facing issues this semester after multiple cars have been stolen. And college entrance exams are moving to online only and shorter test times.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:30 on your Wednesday morning. I'm Keaton Hall. Let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning.
Well, Keaton, so far so good. Not too hot just yet. Dew points are down just a little bit, but don't you worry. Don't you worry. They're going to go back up later today. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Exactly. Don't get too comfortable.
Yeah, I was worried.
Exactly. But it's going to be another hot one out there. Temperatures will be close to 90 once again today. But again, this morning, you wouldn't know that because look at the temperature map out there. 50s in Southwest Virginia. Now, you get back to the west a little bit. Upper 60s, close to 70, 72 Monticello, 68 London, Manchester, and Jackson. So again, Jacksboro, Harlan. So it's not really that cold, but you see those dew points still in the mid to upper 60s. That's kind of soupy out there, especially down to the south. And some spots, most spots, a little cooler than they were this time yesterday morning. One exception, actually two exceptions, Somerset and Jacksboro, exactly where they were this time yesterday. Breakdown for today, 90 degrees this afternoon. Again, upper 80s to low 90s a possibility depending on where you are. Sunshine for a while, then a few clouds, and we'll see that back and forth. There'll be a stray rain chance tonight late. Not sold on it, but we're going to talk about one model, what it's showing, and some interesting chances for rain that it's picking up on here in just a few minutes. Keaton?
All right, thanks, Brandon. The mother accused of killing her 17-month-old daughter has been indicted on a murder charge. The Bell County Commonwealth's attorney presented the charges against 21-year-old Erica Lawson of Mount Vernon to a Bell County grand jury yesterday morning. The grand jury also indicted Lawson on charges of failure to report child abuse or neglect, criminal abuse, and wanton endangerment. A man accused of killing a Rockcastle County business owner has now pleaded guilty to all charges. As part of the plea deal, Arturo Perez admitted to murder, burglary, robbery, and tampering with evidence in the death of Famie Hellard. Investigators found Hellard stabbed at her business in Mount Vernon before Perez turned himself in about a month later. His arrest citation says he admitted to using a fake gun to rob Hellard, then started stabbing her. Following his plea, Perez was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. 3 Southern Kentucky jail inmates were taken to the hospital after they were bitten by a dog. The dog attack happened at the Casey County Animal Shelter, where some jail inmates are involved in work release. It happened shortly after 7:30 yesterday morning. 4 women were working at the shelter. One of them let the dog out of its kennel and put the leash on it when the dog took off and started attacking. One was able to escape by climbing on top of a pickup truck.
I talked to one of the inmates, and she said that she's very familiar with this dog, and it just never did anything like this before. She just says it's always been nice.
The 3 women who were attacked were taken to the Casey County Hospital, then transferred to UK Medical Center. Police say they had no choice but to put the dog down after the attack because they say the dog also became aggressive towards them. Last weekend, several vehicles were broken into and 4 were stolen from a parking garage on UK's campus. As a result, UK police issued a crime bulletin Monday evening. UK Chief of Police Joe Monroe says although this is an extreme amount, it's not uncommon for thefts to happen as students move back on campus. Safety, particularly in parking garages, is helping solve these crimes.
We've invested over $15 million into our security cameras, which is how we caught the video of these individuals.
The security cameras captured photos of individuals who Monroe believes broke into the vehicles. 3 of the 4 have been recovered. For students on campus, Monroe advises them to be mindful of what they are leaving in their vehicles. The Kentucky Community and Technical College System is welcoming a new program. It's called the Education First Employers Program. KCTCS partnered with Team Kentucky and the governor to make it happen. The first class of Education First employers includes 50 employers from around the state. Industries range from healthcare to manufacturing to other skilled trades.
and it provides widespread options for Kentuckians to earn a stable paycheck at quality employers while pursuing their education.
KCTCS says going forward, they will work to expand the program, inviting companies that are invested in workforce development to join them. Harlan Independent Schools has some of the lowest property tax rates in the state. While Harlan Independent Schools is making multi-million-dollar upgrades to some athletic facilities, C.D. Morton says the school board has done a great job in managing their fiscal year. He says to be able to make these upgrades while still being able to offer low property tax rates without causing an increase in pay from the community is a big bonus.
Thinking long term and making some really tough decisions on things at times, but it's allowed us to be in a position to where we can do those kinds of projects without adding an additional burden to the local community.
Morton also says as long as the property value stays stable in Harlan, then their tax rates will stay similar to where they are. He added that if Harlan provides a good, strong school system, that will help keep the rates low. College admissions exams like the SAT and ACT are transitioning to a digital format. The SAT recently shortened their digital test from 3 hours to 2. The College Board, who administers standardized assessments like the SAT, says students should get their scores back within days instead of weeks. As for the ACT, 5,000 test takers in December will try a new digital version of the exam. The online format could improve accessibility and level the playing field.
The Commonwealth of Kentucky has done a really good job at sort of removing these barriers. They provide free ACT tests to all juniors in public schools throughout the state, and sometimes even as low as like 10th graders or sophomores as well.
The new system ensures each student will get a unique test, which would make it practically impossible to share answers. The browser will also not allow a user to open other apps or tabs while taking the exam. Officials with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet warned drivers about lane closings for a bridge repair in Letcher County. The bridge is in the Whitesburg area at mile 2.8 at the Kentucky 15X junction. Crews will be working today and Thursday from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Due to the size of the equipment, the southbound lane will be closed and traffic will move to the adjoining turn lane. Drivers should plan for congestion in the area, watch for signage, and slow down when encountering a work zone. One Prestonsburg business is preparing for a busy weekend, presenting the Pikeville Comic and Toy Convention this Saturday. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more about the con's creation and how it has become a visitor destination.
From Marvel to Michael Myers, Kent Leedy has curated a corner of comics, collectibles, and cinematic culture.
Comics and toys have always been a part of my life.
A passion that has popped off of the pages and into Pikeville's arena.
I just put my feet to the ground and got the show running.
The Pikeville Comic and Toy Convention is entering its 6th year, bringing fans of all types to the Appalachian Wireless Arena for an eclectic escape.
There was nothing like that in this area ever before, so people have gotten more comfortable coming to they know what to expect now.
With nearly 140 vendors and exhibitors and 17 special guests.
You're going to see celebrity guests, wrestlers. What a lot of people are impressed with is the cosplay.
Inviting like minds to shop, showcase, and share in a world where they are all seen.
We've had kids that were bullied for liking superhero, but they've come to the show and they didn't care anymore because they saw adults loving the same thing they love. We've seen teenagers post stuff on YouTube about how nice it is to go somewhere and be a part of something that other people love.
By bringing the racks to the region.
So I like to keep it as inexpensive as I can so a whole family can come out and enjoy the entire day.
In Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The convention is Saturday from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Tickets are $15 per person, but kids 10 years old and younger are admitted for free. Cumberland Gap National Historical Park brought in more than 700,000 visitors in 2022. The increased tourism to the area supported 284 jobs and brought in $25.2 million overall. The National Park Service conducted a new survey, the 2022 Visitor Spending Effects. The report shows $23.9 billion of direct spending by nearly 312 million park visitors in communities within 60 miles of a national park.
Coming up on 6:40 here on this Wednesday morning, we are still tracking again a fairly nice start to the day. Not too many clouds out there this morning. Slade, the Mountain Parkway there near the Wolf-Powell County line, not looking too bad. 66 up that way this morning. So again, here we go. Daylight just come across there this morning, and we should see some sunshine early. Temperatures back up into the low 60s there in Wise, still 60 at Grundy, 58 in Clintwood. Everybody else starting to slowly climb as the sun gets ready to come up here in just a few minutes. 68 Harlan, Manchester, London, Moorhead, Jackson, 66 Pikeville, 72 in Monticello, also 68 in Jacksboro down in East Tennessee. Your out the door forecast. We're going to continue to watch temperatures climb and quickly once the sun comes up to about 90 degrees today. Backed off on the temperature just a little bit again today, but we'll kind of see that hotter weather continue as we see a mix of sun and clouds. Keaton.
All right, thanks, Brandon. And thank you for joining us. The time is just about 6:41. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. Even during one of the hottest summers on record, some Americans have no choice but to work outside. This has caused a new push for federal safety standards to protect workers from heat.